The air grew thick with fear as the late 1960s unfolded in California. Couples found themselves glancing over their shoulders, hearts racing, every shadow becoming a source of dread. The enigmatic figure known only as the Zodiac Killer roamed freely, instilling terror in a seemingly sun-soaked state. Each night, the laughter and joy echoed by lovers turned to whispers of caution, their vibrant lives tainted by a looming, faceless predator that struck without warning. Voices trembled as news reports revealed chilling details of the Zodiac's brutal attacks. He wielded not just a weapon, but a message, a haunting reminder of his presence. Bloodied trophies were sent to authorities, cryptic messages filled with code and taunts, lacing fear into the very fabric of society. People scrambled to decipher the messages, clinging to hope that solving his puzzles might unveil his identity, perhaps even bring peace to a frightened community. Through it all, the Zodiac's thirst for recognition shone brightly amidst the darkness. He reveled in the attention, his letters published for all to see, leaving law enforcement grasping at straws. Each communication was a chilling reminder that he was always watching, always a step ahead. The crosshairs of his sinister game locked onto not just his victims, but onto the collective psyche of a nation, a desire to play cat and mouse with those tasked to stop him. As the campfires flickered and families shared stories under starlit skies, the shadow of the Zodiac loomed large. Legends grew, tales twisted into folklore, a monster lurking in the night. With each retelling, the fascination deepened, transforming the Zodiac Killer from a mere criminal into a figure almost mythical. His name echoed through generations, a warning that not all stories have clear endings and not all monsters are caught. Decades later, the identity of this elusive killer remains cloaked in mystery, a riddle still unsolved. Though time has woven new narratives in the fabric of history, the legend of the Zodiac persists, haunting those who dare to dive into his enigmatic world. The chilling history surrounding this figure evoked horror, intrigue, and a yearning for answers, a lasting testament to his notorious reign and the unsolved enigma that continues to capture imaginations. In the quiet night of December 20th, 1968, the serene landscape of Vallejo, California, harbored a darkness that was about to unfold. Teenagers David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen believed their evening would be like any other as they parked their car along the desolate stretches of Lake Herman Road. As the clock neared midnight, whispers of joy turned to silence, with their youthful lives extinguished in a savage act. The gunshots echoed into the stillness, leaving behind an eerie emptiness filled only with the weight of loss, fear, and unanswered questions. The aftermath was wrapped in shadows as investigators combed through the scene, but they were met with the formidable wall of silence. No witnesses, no motive, and no leads to follow. As the cold air settled over the crime scene, it bore witness to the horror, forever marking the spot where innocence was stripped away. Families mourned, and a community grappled with an incomprehensible reality. The terror had taken root, casting a pall over what was once a peaceful town. Fast forward to July 4th, 1969, a celebration of freedom marred by an ominous presence. Amidst the jubilant fireworks lighting up the night sky, another story of tragedy was unfolding in the midst of a seemingly safe parking lot at Blue Rock Springs Park. Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau, two souls enjoying a brief retreat, found their evening shattered when a figure emerged from the shadows. His flashlight beam flickered like a silent warning, and a second later, chaos erupted. The brutal assault left Darlene dead, her hopes for tomorrow eclipsed, while Mike emerged as an unexpected survivor, forever marked by trauma. With a broken voice and trembling hands, he became the sole witness to pure evil. Describing the attacker would eventually lead law enforcement to piece together the fragments of fear that had woven through their community, drawing a chilling map of a killer's path through Northern California. Each marked location revealed the extent of a terror that transcended mere crime. It was a harbinger of panic that gripped the hearts of many. These events set the stage for an encounter with horror that would capture national attention, a haunting reminder that darkness can dwell in the most unexpected corners. Vallejo, once a quiet haven, found itself enveloped in a cloud of distrust as the specter of uncertainty loomed large over the lives of its inhabitants, forever altering the fabric of their reality. The silence that followed the violence echoed louder than the gunshots themselves, a clarion of the fears that would soon permeate lives beyond their neighborhood. In the summer of 1969, the atmosphere in the Bay Area was tinged with anxiety as headlines exploded across newspapers, shouting warnings of a killer on the loose. Each publication echoed a chilling message. A cryptic letter had been dispatched, harboring secrets that sent shivers down the spines of readers. The visual impact was immediate. Bold headlines decorated the pages, announcing that the quiet streets were now the hunting grounds of a sinister mind. The key component of this unfolding drama was a 408-character cipher, riddled with symbols that would soon capture the attention of amateur sleuths and cryptography enthusiasts alike. As the letters spread through 3 major newspapers, so did the terror they invoked. The writer's threats hung in the air like a storm cloud, promising a weekend of violence should his demands go unheeded. He sealed his ominous message with a signature that would etch itself into history. A simple symbol, a circle intersected by a line, which marked the emergence of the Zodiac. But from darkness emerged light. Within days, a determined schoolteacher and his wife took it upon themselves to unravel the enigma that seemed designed to mock the authorities and the citizens alike. As they pored over the symbols, their minds raced, piecing together the jigsaw of letters and cryptic symbols with focused intensity. The breakthrough came swiftly. Each decoded phrase unveiled sinister truths, revealing not just a message but a glimpse into the abyss of a killer's mind. What they uncovered was far more than a mere coded rant. It was a chilling confession from a man who found pleasure in the act of killing. The words proclaimed, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest." These unsettling revelations lured readers into a dark dance with dread, encapsulating the torment that would haunt the community for decades. Each line echoed with the pain of uncertainty, the taunts of an unseen predator forcing its victims to grapple with sheer vulnerability. The Zodiac Killer had not just sent letters. He had churned an entire society into a whirlpool of fear and paranoia. The cipher became a symbol of the endless pursuit for truth and justice, a representation of the struggle between good and evil. What initially seemed like a puzzle evolved into a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk within. As daylight tinged the sky with warm hues, 2 college students basked in the serene beauty of Lake Berryessa, unaware that the tranquility was about to shatter. Laughter and the crisp sound of picnic utensils blended with the gentle lapping of water, creating an illusion of safety. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows. A man cloaked in mystery and malevolence, the zodiac symbol ominously emblazoned across his chest. The atmosphere shifted. Fear slithered in as he brandished a gun, forcing the unsuspecting students into a dark reality that would haunt them forever. Bound and vulnerable, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard faced the terror of their lives. The steel glint of the knife cut through the crisp air, sealing their fates. Days later, while one was fighting for survival, the other succumbed to wounds that would transform the peaceful evening into a nightmare. As the sun sank below the horizon, so too did innocence. Brian, scarred both physically and emotionally, would carry the darkness of that day with him, marking the start of a terrifying chapter in American crime history. The Zodiac Killer, reveling in his heinous acts, left behind a chilling calling card. Scrawled on the car door, he inscribed the dates of his horrific deeds, 3 stark reminders of his twisted legacy. A triumphant smirk might have crossed his face as he watched law enforcement grapple with the significance of his gruesome signature. Soon after, the streets of San Francisco would witness another cruel act. Taxi driver Paul Stein unknowingly picked up a monster. Their paths converged in the dim light of the city, ultimately leading to Stein's tragic demise, cementing the killer's reputation as an elusive specter. Witnesses, including the committed police officers of the city, marveled at how he vanished into the shadows, leaving behind only vulnerability. The front page of the newspapers would soon bleed with headlines of horror, demonstrating the Zodiac's chilling dominance over the narrative. As a fragment of Stein's bloodied shirt arrived in the mailbox of authorities, the sinister grin of the Zodiac seemed to loom larger. Each piece of evidence he sent was not just proof of his crime, but a taunt, a reminder that he was always a step ahead, lurking in the darkness, transforming fear into fascination for generations to come. In the shadows of fear and intrigue, the Zodiac Killer emerged as a figure shrouded in mystery, actively toying with law enforcement in a series of letters that unraveled like a sinister game. Each correspondence bore an unsettling grin, a reminder that the beast lurking behind the pen was unfazed by the search for his identity. With every written word, he danced around police efforts, taunting them mercilessly as he flaunted his malevolent exploits and shrouded ciphers. The visuals unfold. Letters glide across the screen, their edges crisp and sharp against the darkness of the unknown. The careful strokes of handwriting bring a chilling intimacy, as if the killer himself is recounting his devious tales. A sense of urgency grips the viewer, amplified by renewed headlines that echo police frustrations and fears, cementing the narrative of an elusive adversary. With pride, He boasted of a body count, an outrageous claim that intertwined with a disconcerting sense of playfulness, as if each victim was merely a pawn on his game board. The infamous 340-character cipher stands as a collaboration of artistry and cryptography, a riddle that stumped both amateur sleuths and seasoned detectives for decades. The camera focuses on symbols dancing like puzzle pieces, weaving through the air before breaking apart into a waft of smoke, vanishing like the fleeting hopes of apprehending him. This dizzying spectacle reflects the chaos and confusion left in his wake, each code a breadcrumb leading to dead ends, leaving a chilling legacy sealed in silence. To him, killing was a mere sport, a twisted form of entertainment that blurred the lines between good and evil. This disconcerting exhilaration, wrapped in sinister glee, played out as he kept high scores. A grim reminder that, at least for him, the thrill of the hunt outweighed any consequence. Mimar 37, SFPD Warfoshwar 0, etched into the annals of criminal history, resonated with a chilling bravado. These taunts embodied the enigma of the Zodiac, a fearless predator who took pride in his elusiveness. Each letter served not as a mere communication, but rather as a calculated maneuver in a wicked game that kept entire communities on edge. Behind the veil of cryptic symbols and haunting prose lay a man whose thirst for power transformed murder into an art form, a ghastly testament to the darkest recesses of humanity. In a world where shadows hold secrets, the Zodiac Killer remains an unsolved mystery, leaving countless questions in their wake. For decades, police files have turned relentlessly, redacted pages hinting at uncertainty and complexity. The chilling lineup of mugshots stares back at investigators like silent witnesses, challenging their every effort to reveal the truth. At the center of this web lies Arthur Lee Allen, a figure synonymous with the infamous killer. Matching descriptions sketched from witnesses' memories and linked to scattered pieces of circumstantial evidence, he looms large in the minds of many. Yet, like smoke slipping through fingers, the evidence melted away with every test. Handwriting, fingerprints, DNA, all returning inconclusive, leaving a haunting question. Could Allen truly be the one? In 1992, he passed away, his name forever etched with the title of officially innocent. As new leads and names emerged over the years, the list of suspects expanded, yet none could be firmly tied to the cryptic killings. Each potential candidate seemed to carry whispers of guilt, but the veil of mystery always eluded capture. The fear and fascination surrounding these individuals transformed the hunt into a dark game of cat and mouse, one where the elusive Zodiac remained the cunning predator, forever lurking in the shadows. Photographs and digital boards, adorned with names and red strings connecting one potential perpetrator to another, paint a picture of chaos and obsession. Investigators painstakingly piece together fragments of leads, each strand representing a futile attempt to silence the dark legend of the Zodiac. Yet, with each suspected face comes the realization that hopelessness is woven within the fabric of this mystery. The Zodiac Killer thrives in the hidden corners of the community's collective consciousness, forever out of reach, always just beyond the silvery grasp of uncovered truths. The narrative of haunting terror and psychological intrigue casts a shadow over his legacy, drawing both amateur sleuths and seasoned detectives deep into his enigmatic world. In every unsolved case, the specter of the Zodiac looms larger, reminding us that some shadows may never fully dissipate. As long as questions linger, the legend shall endure, forever hiding amidst the whispers of guilt and fear. The year is 1970, an era pulsating with confusion, fear, and intrigue as the Zodiac Killer remains shrouded in shadow. His letters, taunting and cryptic, captured the public's imagination, weaving tales of dread through the streets of California. As the killer's signature crosshair symbol engraves itself in the memories of those who seek truth, an insatiable curiosity thrives, not only inciting fear, but igniting a relentless pursuit for identity and motive amidst the chaos. Flickering images of cinematic masterpieces like Dirty Harry intertwine with chilling portrayals in David Fincher's Zodiac film, cementing the killer's legacy in the annals of entertainment. These stories plunge viewers into riveting narratives, enveloping them in the darkness of obsession and horror. Each fictionalized harbinger of fear serves as a testament to the haunting reality that sometime, somewhere, an individual relentlessly toys with life and death, captivating audiences as much as their creator. As whispers of the Zodiac's existence linger, countless theories bubble to the surface, finding refuge on innumerable websites and forums. Enthusiasts and amateur sleuths pounce upon every detail, ferociously dissecting ciphers and letters for connections. trying to solve a puzzle that seemingly mocks them. These digital breadcrumbs lead to heated discussions, as people from various walks of life unite under the enigmatic banner of the Zodiac, driven by the common pursuit of meaning, understanding, and perhaps justice. For years, the Zodiac's correspondence slowed to a whisper, drifting away like fog in the night. But did he truly fade into oblivion? The chilling question remains. Did the scourge of his infamy lead to mortality, or did he merely vanish, elusive as the shadows he created? The mix of fascination and dread fuels both fiction and reality, compelling voices to whisper that he may still be lurking, secretive and conspicuous, satisfied only by the resonant echoes of his chilling taunts. As the final moment approaches, this enigma invokes visceral curiosity, leading minds to ponder. Behind the ciphers and chilling words, who was the Zodiac? In the end, the attraction to the unknown remains irresistible. The screen fades to black, encapsulating the haunting impact of an unsolved case that lingers still. Final words appear. Case unsolved. As eerie music fades, it questions whether we ever truly understand the depths of darkness embodied by our own fascination, one that perhaps unites us all in a collective intrigue for answers that remain just out of reach.